UCLA has been presenting a series of contemporary and recent Iranian cinema for over 30 years now. I've been programming the series for, I think, the last 10 years. So the theme this year, as every year, is always just trying to find the best Iranian contemporary and recent Iranian cinema that's out there that we can bring to Los Angeles. I hope that we've done that. We're going to wait and see what the audience thinks. But this year again, we find with all of the challenges facing Iranians and Iranian filmmakers now, I'm just consistently just amazed and inspired by the quality of the films, the depth of the themes and the depth of the stories that are being told. And we see Iranian filmmakers again and again, I mean this year is no exception especially, really trying to address a lot of the challenges that Iranians face, whether it's young people or old people, economic, social, cultural, and the mix of all of those. So the films are always really dynamic because the filmmakers are always coming from a very specific place of wanting to challenge, wanting to explore, wanting to tell human stories to, I think, hopefully, make some change. I think all of these films, in a way, challenge and critique the conditions that Iranians are having to face. So, and that's always really inspiring.
We know what we should do, you and I and Grandma. Maybe we should just spend some time together.
Tonight is one of my favorite times of the year where we join the UCLA Film and Television Archive in celebrating the best in Iranian cinema. This is a program that the archive has been presenting for over 3 decades now, and Farhang Foundation has been the proud sole supporter of this program for over 14 years. The archive's dedication to celebrating Iranian cinema is remarkable, and this year we have an incredible array of new films by Iranian filmmakers from both inside Iran and outside Iran. The film series kicks off with the Los Angeles premiere of the documentary Joonam by Sierra Urich, and will continue throughout the next 3 weekends. And we are delighted to welcome the incredible audience that is so dedicated to this series. Every single screening has been sold out for several weeks now, and we are looking forward to welcoming all the brilliant filmmakers and all the delightful film lovers who will come and enjoy Iranian cinema.
10 تا نوه دارم. تا حالا نتونستم بفهمم که کدومشونو بیشتر دوست دارم. امکان نداره.
It's such an incredible experience to be here as the opening night film of the celebration of Iranian cinema. It's such an honor to be opening for this incredible program full of amazing Iranian filmmakers. My film is about myself, my mother Mitra, my grandmother Becha, and each of our relationships to both each other and to Iran, this homeland that we've all lost in different ways. It was really my grandmother. She started opening up in a new way in her 80s, telling these stories that we had never heard before, and it was my mom who called me and really beckoned me home to gather these stories from my grandmother before it was too late, because these are things that we hadn't heard in really forever. And so it was really her, my mom, who beckoned me home, and my grandmother who was opening up for the first time that caused me to start this sort of wild journey. We premiered in Sundance in 2023, and that was an incredible premiere. And then really, like you said, we showed the film all over the world, in Europe and Poland and all over the US, in the UAE. And it was really amazing to see not only the Iranian connection to the story, obviously people can really relate who are Iranian, but other people a part of different immigrant communities or diaspora communities who could really see themselves in this story of longing and loss and love. And so it was a real treat for me to see how not just Iranians, but so many other different type of diaspora communities saw themselves in the film.
Allow me a little bit of self-dignity.
جون دختر من در خطر نیفته.
Coffee.
The level and the scale and just like the beauty of what Farhang Foundation puts together is really top-notch. And it really matters because a lot of times, especially in independent artists or independent film works, you really rely on your community to uplift you and to give you the platform that the work deserves. And so in this world where it can be so hard to get your work seen, places like the Farhang Foundation really elevate Iranian stories and elevate independent artists who have incredible work to share.
وقتی مادرم فوت کرد ما از ایران به توکیو نقل مکان کردیم.
When I saw Joonam, I saw a profound work of not just a documentary, but of a beautiful narrative of a family trying to survive in the United States. So many of us that have lived here, that have escaped or had rough goes from Iran to here, some of us that got here before the revolution had to reinvent ourselves. And to watch the main documentary filmmaker, Sierra, go through the idea of understanding her culture again is so profoundly moving. And I had to support in whatever way that I could. So I attached my name as an executive producer and helped try to get this movie out to the world so everyone could see it, not just Iranians, everybody. One of the things that happened after the hijacking of our country in the late 1970s is that they also hijacked our culture. And that has really crushed a lot of our spirits because Iranians, everyone that I know, is very proud of being Iranian because of our culture, our language, our art, our humanity, our kindness, our openness. And if it wasn't for foundations like the Farhang Foundation to kind of push a narrative that shows who we actually are, we're going to have real problems. So bless the Farhang Foundation for really giving the world a little bit of our piece of, Vatan,
We are also incredibly excited that we will be making the restoration premiere of an Iranian cinema masterpiece, The Sealed Soil, during the series by filmmaker Marva Nabili. This is a film that has been virtually lost for many years, and it will be making the restoration premiere after more than 50 years since its original premiere.
از مردم دوری میکنه با کسی حرف نمیزنه 18 سالشه خیلی از وقتش راحت کردنش گذشته.
The story of the film is about a village life of a poor village in Iran that this woman is being forced to marry. It's been shown in so many different festivals. And it's been impressed so many people because this poor woman had no choice but to follow what the elderly tell her. So I was very interested in showing that.
تو رو نمیدونم ولی من مسلمونم. به خدا با همین سرشو میزنم.
من میترسم. الان خودش آتیش میزنه، خونه رو آتیش میزنه، بدبخت میشی.
I'm the cinematographer of the film. This is my first feature film that I had the pleasure of working with my father on it, who's the writer and director of it, Mr. Pouya Shahbazi. It was a very unique experience for me because I got to work in Iran for the first time. I learned cinematography here in the US, but I got to use it back home where I was born and raised. So it was such a unique experience for me. This film is about youths in Iran in these days, in modern day Iran, and the challenges that they face in different aspects of living in Iran. I think it's a very important move to support Iranian independent cinema and show it to the second generations mostly that are not living in Iran and see what really Iran looks like, So I'm really grateful to UCLA and Farhang Foundation for creating this chance for people to see independent movies that are made in Iran.
تکنیکال ارتوپدی.
من دکتر نیستم.
کار اصلی چی بود؟
چیز مهمی نیست.
حرف میزنه.
کی؟
Of course, we could not do this series at all without Farhang Foundation. I mean, everyone at Farhang is so supportive of the work that we do here. I mean, financially, but also just emotionally and critically. They help me identify films, help me identify important themes. And, you know, Ali Reza and his team have just been really wonderful this year, as every year, in helping us make this a really special event.